What good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. This is not a drill. I can finally go out and get a haircut instead of being paranoid on when this will drop. And on the screen, Arch Nemesis Protos is gone. Effective from February 7th and onwards is the new Forbidden and Limited list. So this turn-long lingering floodgate that Sword Soul has is taking care of so many people wanted this one gone, and I feel like it is a really good balancing hit to how Sword Soul will play in the future and how they have to craft their boards more carefully and think about what they're going into. Let's go ahead and see what else this list has to offer. If we're starting off this way, this is also on the EU site is why it looks different. Eva is now forbidden. That's kind of big. Drytron was still very competitive up there in the top scene, and this was just free resources. I know a lot of people wanted the Herald's banned, but that doesn't make too much sense to me. I was looking through, and it either had to be Eva or Beatrice, but Beatrice is a huge fan favorite, and there's not too much toxic going on with Beatrice in the game outside of this resource interaction. It's just that they keep crafting cards that say you can't use it the same turn it's sent, so that it doesn't get used in tandem with a card like that. Alright, nothing else changed so far. Is that it for Forbidden? No, Samorg! What? Alright, this was on people's list, but not on mine. I feel like if you're talking about banning Samorg and you're looking at cards like Isolde and Hulk still being in the game, it's such an unfair balance to just point at Samorg as, oh, the barrier statue, or oh, the Apex Avion. I mean, yeah, the barrier statues are very powerful when special summoned out of the deck, but like, Samorg, I feel like, did a balancing act overall on how crazy it was. I'm not the biggest fan of this hit, but I do understand where they're coming from and why they would do that hit. Alright, we're going into the Xyz, into the spells, and no way! No way, they did it! They did it! Imperial Order! They swallowed their pride! They errataed this card, and I thought there was no way that they would take a card that they errataed and say, yeah, we didn't fix it, put it back on the list. Imperial Order's gone. Good job, KONAMI! I didn't think they could do it! Imperial Order is gone! This is great! This, just shutting off every single spell in the game, the answers to the Build-A-Board workshops like Dark Ruler No More and Droplet, it just wasn't fair to have this kind of a card, and with cards like Pot of... I'm just losing my mind right now. I was gonna say disparity for some reason, but no. With cards like good old Blazing Dumpster Fire's Pot, where you're able to dig 6 cards in and just go so far. Pot of Prosperity, that's the word I'm looking for. It's just so much consistency boosting to getting power cards like this that it's not okay for the game. Next up, we've got the Strudo and Fairy Tail Snow White. Wow! Destrudo, it's been a while. That's crazy, especially with Hulk still in the game, because he wasn't on that forbidden part. And we were just talking about Beatrice not having crazy things to say, and there's Fairy Tail Snow. This is definitely a huge booster. Wait, let's just make sure Thunder Dragon Colossus is still on the fusion part. Yeah, Thunder Dragon Colossus is still banned. Okay, Detective John with the list in front of him. Fairy Tail Snow is crazy for Thunder, so that's good that it's not a mix with that. I feel like between Destrudo and Snow here, the graveyard resources and extending plays are going to be a lot stronger for certain decks. Alright, we have Astrograph and Tiger? Are you kidding? Pendulum! KONAMI is really going a 180 and turning around on some of their things. First, they ban a card that's errated. Now, Pendulum's getting the most solid of support with Astrograph Sorcerer back, and then Tiger for actual Lunalight plays where they were just throttled so bad. I mean, basically the deck's problem was that it was helping with Azathoth too much. This is great. This is a really good peel off to test the waters with. And Astrograph without Electromite shouldn't be the biggest of problems. And we have Lyrilusk Recital Starling going down to 1 to hit the Lyrilusk engine, mayhaps. I feel like this is a pretty decent hit for this list. It's not terrible, it's not overreaching. I think that's alright. Monster Gate. Wasn't it already at 1 with reasoning? No? Pot of Desires? Okay, I was talking about in my streams how I feel like the semi-limit section is underused, and cards like Pot of Desires and Extravagance would be very interesting to be at 2. 1 seems like a bit of an overhit, especially with cards like Prosperity. It almost feels like it's trying to force you in that direction with those kinds of cards, but at least people won't argue over the ratio on how many desires you're supposed to play anymore, I suppose. And that wraps up the limit list. This is turning out to be a huge hit, and I already see a little card peeking. Hero Lives to 2, Fusion Destiny to 2 in return for that. Nadir Servant to 2. Now that actually did need a check and balance and its consistency. Oh my gosh, Salomon Great Circle, Scapegoat. Scapegoat could peel off the 3 at this point. It's token generation and defense in 1 card. Oh no, you're not able to aggressively use Scapegoat, like you can't draw it in your opening hand and use it. Salomon Great Circle is very interesting that they're looking at solids and trying to up their consistency points there. Fusion Destiny is about to be an ultimate rare in an OTS pack, so actually hurting that engine, and you're playing the same number of fusions as the same number of bricks, unless you're just playing 1 and then going Verte, because so many people want to hard open Fusion Destiny to build greedier boards with Apollouses and that kind of stuff through disruptions. I do like the Fusion Destiny limit. I love seeing a Hero Lives back up to 2 to actually help that deck out. And Malicious remains at 2. So that is a huge use of the semi-limit list. I like some of these. Fusion Destiny is a proper card to be on here. Nadir Servant is a proper card to be on here. Circle probably could have just peeled the 3. Scapegoat probably could have just peeled the 3. And Hero Lives, that is a superior starter card when it's not blocked by a hand trap. I feel like it's okay to be on here, although I also think it could have gone to 3. Alright, we have Danger Nessie, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon with its errata, that's fine. We called Skull Crobat Joker as well. We called E-Telly with us having our new set Grand Creators, having it be in there, it's Collector Rare and all that. Raigeki to 3, that's a long time coming, and okay, Skill Drain. Skill Drain to 3. I've been dealing with this so much on Master Duel. What the heck? Why is Skill Drain peeling off to 3? Why do you feel it's okay? Are you just trying to sell Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1? Skill Drain to 3 definitely is a sour taste at the end of what a great ban list this was. Raigeki to 3. Yeah, it's not the craziest board disruption. Dark Ruler no more is likely to hurt your opponent even more than a Raigeki at this point in stage in the game. Emergency Teleport's an insane extender play and ability to get to the field. No Maximus C on here at 3, so that's also great to see. But yeah, a lot of leaning towards like some OCG choices on here, it feels like. And I don't necessarily mind it, but Skill Drain definitely, that's an eyebrow raiser. That's, I definitely don't agree with that. Everything else, great work. Even if I disagree with Simorg, I understand it and even appreciate it to a degree. Eva, the resources needed to go somehow for Drytron, Protos, Imperial Order, that's a huge one that a lot of people thought couldn't happen. And throughout this list, a ton of interesting choices that should actually shake up the game and have people looking over here. It's just, you really needed to help the stun players like that with Skill Drain. The turn-long Lingering Floodgate goes, the real Floodgate you have to hard draw is back, but it's not so hard to draw that with Pot of Prosperity, although Desires is at 1. Very interesting list. I wonder what, like, the reasoning behind some of these are. I wish Konami would communicate that with us, but I feel like this is a really, really solid list overall with just a couple blemishes. The next No Sooner Than is not quite up on here yet. The next update will be no earlier than a few months from now. That's that's extremely vague. A few months from now. I just didn't see a number, so reading is hard. Few months to know. We'll just let you know when we're gonna do it. What do you guys think of this ban list? I'll be looking more in depth and probably doing a market watch later today. I finally can schedule my haircut too. I've been waiting to get my haircut for so long. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy at least the conversation and, you know, Konami doing what Konami is gonna do.